Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and today's video is just going to be a little Q&A, get ready with me, chit chat type of video. Just something really chill. You can put it on in the background while you're getting ready, while you're cleaning. Yeah. My hair is wet. Obviously I've just washed it, but I'm trying not to use heat on my hair at the moment unless like I actually really need to. So I'm just kind of letting it air dry, and then once it's like majority dry, then I think I'm just gonna like put them in plaits, so then I get mermaid kind of waves without the heat. So yeah, I'm just trying to eliminate as much heat as possible at the moment, and I'm not really doing much today. I think Billy and I pop into IKEA when he's back from work because we're gonna go pick up a like bookcase kind of thing for my dressing room, but other than that, not really doing anything. So I don't really mind if my hair is wet or damp. Sorry if you can hear the beeping outside. I live on a construction site. So I've got my makeup bag here. This isn't like all my makeup obviously, but this is just kind of the makeup that I'm using to just kind of like throw on a face at the moment. I'm not really into full glam, full beat at the moment, just because obviously we're heading into spring summer, and as the warmer months come in, I kind of like just the most natural glowy skin. So yeah, I mean, unless I'm going out with my friends, then I'll do a full face, but day to day I'm just doing really simple things. I'm not going to go through all the products I use just because this isn't a makeup video. If you would like me to let you know the products I am using, I can write them down in the description or in the comments. Just let me know. I'm just gonna like moisturize first. This is literally what I do all the time. If you see me looking here, it's because I've got a mirror here, so yeah, sorry about that. Also, how cute is my cardigan? It's got little daisies on it and it matches my nails because I did my nails the other day. I don't know if you're gonna see. I think it's just a bit blurry, but yeah, I did my nails the other day with little daisies on them, so it matches. I also tinted and waxed my eyebrows yesterday, so they are looking a bit dark, but that's fine. I feel like tint fades really quickly on me anyway, so it's fine. This isn't even like really foundation. It's meant to be something you put underneath foundation. But sometimes I do that. If I want a bit more full coverage, I'll put this on underneath and then do a foundation over the top. But day to day, I kind of just use this as my foundation because it's really glowy and it gives like just a little bit of tint. I really want to find a good tinted moisturizer or BB cream or CC cream. Just something that's a bit light on the skin, maybe has like an SPF in it, is glowy but has a bit of tint to it. Because I really enjoy wearing BB creams and CC creams whilst I'm flying, working, just because obviously the aircon in the cabin is a lot and sometimes it feels like my skin is just horrible. It just feels so tight and gross. So I kind of want the lightest possible makeup that I can wear, still giving me a bit of coverage and looking nice. And I also like the fact that they have SPF and like a bit of skincare in them, some of them. So I feel like because I'm wearing it for long periods of time, I don't feel like my skin's suffering too much. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I don't know how people can wear like full coverage foundations on planes like Estee Lauder Double Wear not a bit of me. I'll wear foundations on flights while I'm working, not if I was a passenger. I'd just put a bit of concealer and I'd be good to go. But when I'm working, obviously I have to be presentable, so I do occasionally wear foundation, but most of the time I try and steer towards CC cream and BB cream. If I wear a foundation, it's not like a heavy Estee Lauder double wear kind of situation. I really actually liked, I don't know if they sell it anymore because I got mine ages ago, but when I first started flying, I really liked the Bourjois Healthy, I think it's called Healthy Skin foundation. I loved that. I had the foundation and the concealer, and I wore that basically all summer 2019, and I loved it. And it was a foundation, but it felt really light on my skin. It didn't feel gross or clingy or anything like that. You probably know what I mean when I say stuff like that, because I feel like everyone has experienced that at some point, where you're just like in a situation where you've got foundation on your face and you just want to scrub it off with a makeup wipe or something. It is the worst feeling ever. I feel like I'm like suffocating when I've got a lot of makeup on. So yeah, I just went off in a little tangent there. I'll answer some of the questions in a minute. I'm just doing my concealer. Basically put like concealer all over my face basically, but I'd prefer to put concealer all over my face than a heavy foundation. Okay, so one of the questions was, did you pay for your training with TUI? And the answer is no, I did not. To be honest, I kind of think that it's crazy that some airlines do make you pay to work for them basically. They make you pay for training and stuff, which baffles me really. But no, TUI pay for your training and you actually get paid for your training. So it's the other way around. It's great. It was the most fun thing that I still have ever done. I think it's going to be one of the most fun things that I've done in my whole life, basically forever. I just can't explain it to someone who hasn't done cabin crew training, because if you've never done it, then you probably just think, well, it's just training like for a job, which like, yeah, in a way it is. And don't get me wrong, it is stressful. You have a ton of exams to do, and obviously you have to pass the exams. So it can be really stressful. It was very tiring, very exhausting, but especially the practical side of it all, it was just the most fun thing. Like putting out the fires, doing the evacuation drills, doing the water drills. We literally had to meet at the lobby of a hotel at 5 AM to do a water drill. Now, getting up that early wasn't fun, but the actual water drill literally was the most fun ever. All the teachers were so nice, were so lovely. They literally helped you with everything and anything. And then we did part of our training at our base that obviously we are based at. And then we did a couple of weeks at another training base where they had all the practical stuff that we didn't have at our base. So like the slides and the smoke filled cabins and the water drills and stuff like that. So they also put us up in a hotel That part of the training was at Gatwick, and they put us up in the Sofitel. And if you know the Sofitel, if you've ever been, it is beautiful. It is such a nice hotel. And we also got like food coupons, so we could obviously like buy dinner and stuff. We wouldn't have to use our own money. Yeah, it was great. How do you do your medical? Does the airline sort it out for you? Okay, so if you don't know, if you aren't interested in being cabin crew, or you just have no idea how it all works, you have to get a medical assessment before you can start your training. So basically you go and see a doctor who has a specific like aviation, he can give you a specific aviation certificate to say you are fit to fly, basically. And yeah, you have to do that before you start your training. Now, the airline does not sort this out for you. You have to sort it out yourself. But it was really easy to find one. I literally just Googled medical for airline, and then the place that I lived, I just put like near, and loads came up. So it was really easy. I found mine. It wasn't too expensive. I honestly can't remember how much it cost, so sorry about that, but it wasn't too bad. But like I say, you have to get that done before you even start your training, because they basically test your hearing, your vision, they take your weight, they ask you loads of questions. I think they did your blood pressure, just loads of different things that obviously you need to be fit to fly, because obviously it is quite an intense job, not the actual job, but on your body, being in the air for a long time, basically like every other day or whatever. God, that was a lot of bronzer. So yeah, they need to just make sure you're fit and healthy and good to go, basically. So yeah, the airline does not provide this for you. You have to do it yourself, but super easy, super quick. Literally, I went there, I think I had a morning appointment, and I was there for about an hour. So quick. And then I got my certificate to just say I'm fit to fly. And I think you only have to get that done once. I have not had to get it done again. I think if you was to have a baby and then you came back to work after maternity leave, I think you might have to have one after then. But I'm not 100% sure. And I think if you've had like a illness, like a serious illness where you've been off for a prolonged amount of time, I guess you would have to have one then. But like I said, I don't know, because I haven't had to redo mine, so that's just a guess. What other questions are there? How long have you been cabin crew for? A lot of these questions are cabin crew related, which is fine. I have been cabin crew for 3 years. 3 years March. So yeah, that's gone so quick. I mean, obviously I didn't fly in 2020, and we all know why that was. So it feels like I haven't really been flying for that long, but in reality it's been 3 years, which is just like mental. I cannot believe it's been that long, but I love it. Although I don't love the exams, which I've got coming up in April. I've been revising for quite some time now. So hopefully I should be fine. But I always just get so nervous about exams. I was nervous about exams back when I was doing my GCSEs and at college, and now cabin crew. Yeah, I'm just not an exam person. I much prefer the practical side of it all, but once all that's out of the way, then it's fine. I'm just gonna like brush this bronzer over my eyelids. I don't really do this too often, but why not? Okay. I don't really wear eyeshadow too much these days either. I remember a few years ago, back in like, I want to say 2016 to 2018, I was obsessed with different eyeshadow palettes. I had about, no joke, I probably had about 50 eyeshadow palettes. No joke. And I would play around with them. That would literally be my fun time. Sometimes I would literally sit there in the evenings playing with eyeshadow and then take it off an hour later. I mean, that's not my idea of fun now. The quicker I can get ready, the better. I feel like I've put way too much bronzer on that side, but that's okay. What apps do you use to edit your pics? Okay, so I take it you mean like for Instagram. I use a couple for different purposes. I will get them up in a minute. Literally obsessed with blush at the moment. I love it. Probably put way too much on, but I feel like blush fades so quickly anyway, so yeah, right. So I have so many different ones, but the ones that I use the most are Lightroom. So that was my most recent picture I edited, and if I hold it, that's what it used to look like, and then that's what I edited it to be like. I don't like it when pictures look too edited, so you'll probably find that a lot of mine hardly look edited. It's just little tweaks here and there. If my tan is fading, or if I'm looking super pale, if I haven't fake tanned, I'll up the saturation a little bit. If I'm wearing a particular colour on my outfit, I'll try and edit that colour to make it pop a little bit more. But yeah, this is how I edited it, and if I hold it, that's what it looked like before. So it was just a little bit more darker, and I just made it a bit brighter. But yeah, like I said, it was literally minuscule edits. I never edit my body or anything like that. I have Facetune on here. Sometimes if I've got a close-up picture of my face and I've got a spot that's like not going away and it's really irritating me, I'll get rid of it. Or if I've got lines under my eyes, if my makeup's been on for way too long, I'll try and get rid of those. But I never touch my body or anything like that. Sometimes I'll smooth out my hair if it's like a bit frizzy, but I try and stay clear of Facetune unless it's a close-up and I really need to fix or tweak a couple little bits. Another app that I like is Kuni Cam, this one. And so let me pick this one for example, and then I go on edit, and it has all these different what are they called, like filters. The one that I mainly use is this one, the first one, and it kind of makes it like an Instax kind of camera, but it is quite much, so I tend to edit it down a bit. Yeah, that's what it's looking like with the filter, and then that's normal. So just like little tweaks again. Another one that I love is Daz Cam, so I'll go on that, and I'll do that same picture again, and it automatically does it. You can change the filter in Daz Cam, but I keep it as what it is originally set to. I don't play around with it. And then it comes out like sort of like a vintage camera. So if I like want to do more of a vintage style picture, I'll do that. It looks really good in summer photos and night photos, nighttime photos with like flash. Looks so good in Daz Cam. And then what else do I use? I use Preview. This is really good if you want to plan out your feed. It basically shows all your Instagram pictures, and then you can press the little add button in the corner and you can play around with where you think it looks good. This is just kind of if you are picky about your Instagram and if you want to see what the picture will look like on your feed before actually posting it. I always do that before I post onto Instagram, just to see that it's kind of all flowing with my other pictures, but not a lot of people do that. Another one I like is this one called RNI Films, and let's use that same picture again. This is another kind of vintagey app, and I usually go for this one called Agfa 200, and then that's what it ends up looking like. So again, vintagey, that's what it used to look like, and that's with the filter. So yeah, it just depends what kind of vibe I'm going for, but they're all the apps that I use for Instagram, and I think they're all free as well. I think a few of them you have to pay extra in the actual app for specific filters or things that you want to use. Would you ever go brunette? I mean, obviously my natural hair is brunette. Oh, I've got hair. There we go. Right, I'm gonna have to try and I'm gonna have to hold my mirror because I cannot do my brows unless I'm close up. Yeah, my natural hair colour is obviously brunette. This is my natural hair colour. If you can see, it is very dark. And as you can obviously tell by my eyebrows. But, I mean, never say never. And I know everyone's always like, your natural hair colour suits you so much better. It's your natural hair colour for a reason. Like, all this kind of stuff, but I honestly think that blonde hair just suits me so much more than my brunette hair. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, never say never, but I can't imagine in the near future I would go back brunette. I do want to go a bit more darker or a bit more toned down blonde than I am now. I've got a hair appointment next week actually, and I'm still going blonde, but I think I might do more like, so I have more of my natural hair showing a bit more, just because obviously when I get my hair done normally, I get a full head of baby lights, and I get a toner and everything like that, and when it grows out, obviously it just looks unnatural like it is now. I mean, it looks great when it's fresh, but yeah, when it needs doing, it doesn't look natural, and I just want it to be able to grow out naturally and for it not to look fake. I mean, obviously it's always going to look fake really, because it isn't my natural hair colour, and I think it's pretty obvious that it's not my natural hair colour. But yeah, I feel like I'm going off on a tangent. The answer is maybe, but not in the near future. Okay, and then I'm just going to do one more question. So I'm going to just do my mascara quickly because I cannot do this whilst talking, and then I'll come back and answer. I completely forgot about my lips, and so I forgot to bring something to the living room because that's where I am at the moment filming. But I'm not going to put anything on anyway. I'll probably just put some Vaseline or something on. But yeah, this is my glowy, natural, everyday makeup look. But yeah, the last question that I'm going to answer is, do you regret getting a breast reduction? Now, if you are new around here, then you probably won't know. I got a breast reduction. I got one back in, I think it was 2016. September 2016, I want to say. I was 18, so I was young. But it was literally the best decision I've ever made, ever. I don't think I will ever regret that decision. The way my confidence shifted after that surgery was just amazing, really. Before I had that surgery, I was not in a good place at all. I had a lot of body confidence issues. Don't get me wrong, I still have a lot of body confidence issues, but not my boobs, you know? My boobs are one thing that I'm happy about, but back then, they weren't bad. I mean, to a lot of people, they would have probably loved them because they were big. I was a triple G, 32 triple G, so big. Big for a small back, and I'm 5'3", so I'm a short gal as well, so it didn't fit my body well, and it didn't look right. I was trying to cover them up all the time because I didn't want it to come across that I was trying to shove them in people's faces, really. I would be on holiday and I'd wear swimming costumes. I would hardly ever wear bikinis because I just felt so self-conscious. I felt like everyone was just looking at me because of my boobs. I would always try and cover up around the pool. I always had to size up in my clothes because of my boobs. My body proportion wasn't right. I couldn't wear certain things because I'd have to obviously size up quite a bit for the top half, but then it'd be way too big on the bottom half. I couldn't go into Victoria's Secret and just pick out a cute little bralette. I always had to wear underwire bras ever since I started wearing bras when I was probably in year 4, I want to say. So yeah, it was not fun. I mean, obviously some people love having big boobs. Some people would pay for big boobs because they pay for boob jobs. But for me, my body, my height, my self-conscious, it wasn't what I wanted, and I knew that from a very young age. I knew I didn't want them. I knew I wanted to get rid of them. I knew I didn't want small boobs because I do want boobs. I did want a cleavage. I did want to be able to wear like bodycon dresses and to have shape. I didn't want to be flat chested, but I did not want triple G's. So yeah, it was the best decision I ever made. I was lucky enough to have it on the NHS. It did take a long time. I had to sit in meetings with surgeons. I had to go to a board meeting and they had to basically discuss in front of me whether I could get it done, whether I was the right candidate or not. Obviously I had to stand there with like my boobs out in front of so many people while they poke and prod them. I had to have physio for my back because obviously it was so bad for my back. So don't think that I literally made this decision overnight and I got it like that. It didn't work like that. I made this decision from probably age 15, 16, and I had to jump through so many hoops and hurdles to eventually get it done when I was 18. If I wasn't lucky enough to get it on the NHS, because you have to fit a certain criteria. I don't think they do it anymore on the NHS, but when I got it done, you had to fit a certain criteria to fit into it. You had to be, your BMI had to be good, like it had to be in a good place basically. You had to, you couldn't be like a bigger BMI, otherwise they would tell you to lose weight. You had to go to physio for a certain amount of time. You had to do like counselling for a certain amount of time, all this kind of stuff to see if you actually need surgery or not. Obviously I was lucky enough to get it done. If I wasn't, I would have paid to get it done. I knew that I wanted it really badly and I love it now. They're not small, they're double D's. So yeah, they're still there, still thriving. But literally the best thing that ever happened to me was getting the breast reduction. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this chill, chatty, get ready with me video. Let me know what other videos you would like to see from me. My hair is getting actually so long. I was just looking in the viewfinder and my hair's getting so long. Like just before my birthday I had it cut quite short, like probably above my boobs. So it just grows so quick. It's great. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.